back to Phoenix Suns, man. We'll change you here into the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns did hold 2 pre-draft workouts. They brought in guards Shama Scott and Darian Ford, a guard from Akron and a guard from Temple. Once again, I'm not too familiar with these dudes' games, but once the news kind of broke that the pre-draft workouts were, they did happen in place. People did, once again, they do their thing with the overreactions. Like, oh my God, more guards, more small ball. Oh my God, what are we doing? All right, so let's break it down. All right, let's do it. Let's break it down and talk about this. So, keeping it a buck, these dudes are most likely, because keep framing the situation here. The Suns right now have the second round pick, 46 pick in the second round. That is one of the last picks in the draft. So if that, let's just say that those guys were selected at that point in time, it's almost most probably guaranteed that those guys are going to be part of the rotation or be anything, impactful towards the team this coming season. If anything, it'll be, more of a G League deal. And once again, people just kind of went overboard about it, man. And that's what people do on Twitter. People just and that just kind of goes with sports media in general. People think emotion, that they react with their emotions instead of their intellectual. And I don't know, man. Like,
Go ahead.
And most of these, to add on that too, like most of these dudes that they're probably bringing in around this time, because once again, the Suns only have the 46th pick. A lot of these dudes are going to be either for that pick, one of the last picks in the NBA draft, or undrafted signed free agents for summer league, etc. That's all that really needs to be said about that situation. So, once again, go watch the highlights of the dudes, man. I mean, they're super nice at the game of basketball. Super cool dudes. I was able to actually kind of chat it up with Shama Scott a little bit. It was kind of funny too when I posted it on Twitter. I was like, "Hey, breaking news, blah blah blah, pre-draft workouts." Somebody that's source was like, "Hey, you don't see the pre-draft workout jersey right there?" I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, "I don't know what more you need to do. This isn't fake." Right. But yeah, man, like the jersey's right there. But I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on it? I know that, it's still very early, to even be draft, talking about draft prospects or, pre-draft workouts, but it is something to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it. I think, again, people have to understand this is a business, and the Phoenix Suns are operating a professional basketball team, and there's multiple layers to this. There's the actual Phoenix Suns basketball team. There's the Valley Suns G League team. You have to approach workouts in a lot of ways. You have to approach workouts as, who do we bring in the event that we potentially move up in the draft, maybe in the first round, or we move up in the second round, or we stick and pick at our, pick down in the end of the second round. Or, like you said, the bigger thing is, how do you bring these guys in, start to have a relationship, start to build a relationship, because you don't have many picks. And so you may be looking at the undrafted free agent pool more than people think. And so it's like, let's bring these guys in. Let's show them who we are. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's get some work. And we wish all these guys the best. But if the first and second round go through and these guys slip through the cracks, we came in, we know what they're about, and we got an opportunity to hit some take some swings in the undrafted free agent game, which happens all the time. And there's a ton of good basketball players that have gone that route and have been very good basketball players. So just doing due diligence, man. I think people, again, way overreact about things in the present moment. They have a little bit of that prisoner of the moment syndrome. It's like not everything the Suns are doing, and not everything they're doing at every second and every minute of the day is related to what's happening right now and what they're dealing with and how they're trying to build a team. They're just conducting business. This is how they do it. That's if you work for a basketball team, your job is basketball. Like, you're supposed to see and evaluate as many basketball players as humanly possible. And I'll tell you some things that I've learned throughout this process. I've seen it with my own eyes where the Phoenix Suns bring somebody in and they work them out and they spend 2-3 hours with them, and that person gets drafted. And year 2 happens, year 3, and year 4, and year 5, and then somewhere in year 5, that guy becomes available, and you find out that they've always had interest in that guy, and that guy liked the way the Suns treated him back 5 years ago when he came in for a workout, and now 5 years later, it's like, hey, I'm going to go to Phoenix. I remembered that workout. I remember talking to the GM. I remember talking to the owner. I remember the locker room. I remember the restaurant y'all took me to eat. I remember how nice y'all were when you picked me up from the airport. Like, all that stuff matters. So they're in the business of evaluating basketball players and building relationships and seeing how it goes. And you also do things for agents, right?
Yeah.
You have agents that represent all these players, and an agent might call you up and say, hey, I got this kid, you want to give him a look? It'd be nice if you give him a look. And we give him a look, and we do the agent that favor. And then when you need a favor a year down the road from that same agency or something, it's like, hey, yeah, I remember how nice you guys were when you brought in so-and-so. So, yeah, that's all this is, man. A whole bunch of just everybody chill out, let the Phoenix Suns do what they're going to do. Stop thinking everything that's out here is for the moment or absolutely relevant right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people just gotta let things marinate, and that's something I really, if there's any agenda I'm gonna push on a podcast or I guess a narrative, that's something I kind of want to, open, not change people's mindsets, but kind of open people's outlooks in the game of basketball, and just kind of not just basketball, but life, man. But like, you gotta let things marinate. You gotta let the situations, become available to whoever it is. Like, you can't just force it, and it's nothing that just because something does come out, like the Suns have an interest in this player or that player, they want to trade for this dude or sign this guy, that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. It's just
correct.
It's how it is. Like the NBA, you probably this better than anyone, but in behind the scenes, like, stuff in the NBA changes by the second, and I don't think that's something that a lot of people grasp. And because even if you put out a tweet and say, yo, Suns have interest in this dude, yada yada yada, that doesn't mean that 10 minutes from now that's the same, they have the same feeling towards that player. Like, that could just be in the moment. Like, stuff changes, and I don't think a lot of people do grasp that, because for one, they're not really behind the scenes having those conversations. But I don't know, maybe you should speak on this. Maybe this is better for you to speak on, since you're the guy that's usually doing that.
No, you're 100% right. Listen, things change by the minute. All right, this is big business. I'll throw an example of if you have any question about how people in media or insiders or anybody, the things we have to navigate, right? Here's a perfect example of a few things, okay? DeMar DeRozan, okay? Let's talk about DeMar DeRozan. So DeMar DeRozan wakes up one morning, and he goes and talks to the GM of the Toronto Raptors. And he goes, hey, man, I'm hearing some things that you guys might be talking about moving me. And the GM of the Raptors looks him in the eyes. I think it was Masai Ujiri, who just got hired by the Mavericks, Masai, right? And he goes, no, we're not trading you. We plan to keep you. You're going to be a Raptor. Pay no mind to that. Now, was he lying to him? I don't think so. I think at that moment, he said, DeMar, nah, man, we believe in you. We want you here. 24 hours later, DeMar got traded for Kawhi Leonard.
Yikes.
Like, that's what happened. And I remember DeMar telling this story. He's like, bro, I spoke to them less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
They told me there was nothing going on. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Like, the next morning, somebody called and said, hey, we're ready to do this. It's going to require this. You got 30 minutes to let me know. Oh, shit. I guess we are trading DeMar.
Yeah.
So doesn't mean that he was lied to 24 hours. It just means that things change by the minute. And what's available right now may not be, it was, something could be available right now, and it could change in a day. It could change in an hour. And
Yeah.
I've seen that happen so many times. I've seen that happen so many times in this business where, guys are just being truthful and they're like, no, this is what we're planning to do. This is how we're going about it. And then bang,
Yeah.
out of nowhere, something changes. And so same thing with us.
Mm-hmm.
I can get a phone call in an hour and they can say, hey, Flex, man, by the way, man, like, maybe I'm talking to an agent. Maybe I'm talking to a player. Maybe I'm talking to a league exec. Maybe I'm talking to a team exec, right? And they can call me and they can say, hey, man, this is what we're looking at 5:26 p.m. Arizona time on May 8th. We're looking at this situation. And then tomorrow morning, hey, forget everything we told you yesterday. We just got a call. This is what's available now. We're going to go that route, right? That doesn't mean that what I told you at 5:26 p.m. is a lie. It just means that that's the most up-to-date information that we've gotten based on what's presented, man. So yeah, people bug out. Like I've been guilty. I've been that's the wrong word. I've been accused. I've been accused of like, hey, but Flex, you said this. And I'm like, yo, man, like I'm just telling you what I heard that day.
Yeah.
If it changed. But so let's play this little game now.
Yeah.
Play this little game. Okay. And I'm glad you brought this up. Because I've always wanted to do this little exercise.
Sure.
So right now, if I tell you right now, we're recording this. And I say, yo, Neff, after we record here, I plan on having dinner at Dominic's restaurant in Scottsdale.
Sure.
Okay? As soon as we're done here, go upstairs, shower, and get dressed. I'm going to grab my lovely wife. We're going to jump in the car. We're going to go eat at Dominic's. Okay? Okay. Now, the podcast is over.
Yep.
And you get a phone call from someone. And they say, yo, bro, I know you do Unc and Neff pod. Like, how's Flex? Flex is doing good, bro. Oh, yeah, well, I'm in town, man. If you see Flex, tell him I'm going to say what's up. And he goes, and you go, what are you doing tonight? And he goes, I'm going to have dinner at the Dominic's restaurant. And you say, oh, shit. You know what?
Crazy.
Damn, Flex is going to the Dominic's tonight.
Wow.
So maybe y'all link up there, right? Okay, you follow me so far?
Yeah.
So I told you on the show I'm going to Dominic's. Now you get a phone call from a mutual friend that asks you, and you say, you know what? He's going to Dominic's too. He just told me that, right? Now let's fast forward now. Now tomorrow morning, that same friend calls you back and says, yo, Worldwide, you lied to me yesterday. Oh, what happened? What do you mean? I went to the Dominic's. I didn't see Flex. Flex wasn't there.
Oh man.
Man, I don't know what happened. And then I call you tomorrow and I say, you know what? My wife, all of us on a ride to Dominic's, my wife decided she really wanted seafood. So we went to Ocean's 44. Now, did anyone lie?
No.
There's no lie.
Nobody lied.
Nobody lied. I had full intentions of going to Dominic's and eating steak. Midway, my wife changed her mind and said, we want to go to Ocean 44. You told dude I was going to be at Dominic's. You did that in good faith. Dude called you and said, man, Worldwide, I'm mad at you. I didn't run into... You get what I'm saying, dog? This is what happened. Nice. Huh? Yeah.
Shoot a guy for being nice, man.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Now he's saying, you know what, man? That guy, Worldwide's a liar, man.
He's a fraud.
I went to Dominic's. He's a fraud, man. He said Flex was going to be there having dinner. I went there. Flex was nowhere to be found, man. He's full of it. Yeah. Come on, bro. Like, that is to me one of the more clearer ways that I can explain what it's like to be in this business.
It's a great analogy.
Is that things will change by the minute, and no one's trying to purposely lie or set you up or do nothing. It's just like, yo, things change, man.
Yeah.
So that's it. I hope people listen to this and actually take a second to digest what I just said before they see something and they go out on Twitter and they're like, oh, Worldwide said this, Flex said that. It's like, come on, guys. We're telling you what we got. and
Hmm.
we're keeping it a buck. But if things change in between, between now and tomorrow, man, hey, that's
Yeah.
just the way the cookie crumbles, man. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on how people view this business.
Yeah, and it's no different from real life situations. And to even put it on I guess, a simple, like, it's just real life. Like, you change your mind about things. Like, say,
Yeah,
we'll keep
right.
this on a level where I can, I guess, relate it to the audience. I guess even more. So for all the fantasy football, for all the NBA fantasy basketball players. So let's say, Unc, I send you a trade. I'm gonna trade you Taylor Heineke for Brock Osweiler on fantasy
Okay,
football. And
okay,
we have trade negotiations, and we're like, okay, this sounds good, we'll do it right now. And then you hit me back and you send me a counteroffer, and it's Brock Osweiler, and we'll say Percy Harvin or some crazy
okay.
thing
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Taylor
I get it.
Heineke. um
Okay.
yeah, it's not the same original deal that we agreed on, but
The original deal wasn't a lie, though. The
no,
original
it
deal was
was
actually
real.
discussed.
Yes.
Yeah,
how
and
how this stuff operates, it's the same level. It's just like
the same level, bro. That's a great analogy, bro. That is a great analogy,
it's
nephew.
crazy. Yeah.
Because
I don't
that
know.
is actually how it goes down, brother.
Yeah.
It's
You know how
actually
many
how it
trades
goes
I've
down.
made on fantasy football? I'm like, yeah, I like this right now. Or even on 2K when I'm playing with the homies, I'm like, I'm gonna trade you this, this, and this. Then I'm like, I think about it for 5 minutes while he's, grabbing some food or something. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna decline my offer that I sent him. I don't like this. I'm gonna change some things around.
Right.
It's exactly how it works in the NBA, just on a more
Exactly
professional
how it works.
scale.
You know
It's
how many
crazy.
times I'm a big fantasy football guy. Matter of fact, we got to tap in because I run a dope league, bro,
You and
called the Big
Mobley
Ten.
coming next year.
Okay. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, I run a dope league called the Big Ten, and we've been doing this league now for 15 years, and it's 10 dudes, and we've all been in this league, and it's very competitive. It's like a $5,000 pot at the end of the year. You only win first place. There's no second, third. We don't celebrate mediocrity. We don't give you a second, third, fourth place prize. None of that. You win and you go home. Period. End of discussion. Okay. And there's some very interesting people within this league that know their shit. And I'll tell you another thing. In this league, every person in the league has won a championship, at
Oh,
least once. Okay, so there's a competitive balance. This
yeah.
actually, I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I got the most championships in 15 years, and it's 3.
He's rigging it. Investigate him.
Yeah, I got 3 chips in 15 years because it's such a hard league.
Dang.
And I'm the only person that has 3. Everybody's got 1 or 2, or but no one's got the 3, dog. I got the most rings in the league. I think
Dang.
I think we're going into year 15.
Hmm.
But I say all that to say, you know how many times I've had a deal where I'm like, I'm about to get Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll call up one of my other GMs in the league, and I'm like, I'm about to get Pat, bro. I got this deal in place for Pat. Or I'm about to get Saquon. I got this deal for Saquon in place. I spoke to the GM. The parameters are set. The deal's set. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. And then that GM, while I'm sleeping, trades Saquon somewhere else.
Yo.
Right?
Crazy.
It just happens. I get up in the morning. I'm like, thought we had a deal, homie. Nah, bro. 2:31 a.m. Homeboy hit me and gave me blah, blah, blah. Took that deal. Okay. Everyone that I called and said I'm about to get Saquon, I didn't lie to.
Yeah.
I didn't lie to. It was real.
Yeah.
Got the text message, got the phone call, got the trade proposal quietly. Right? I'm like, it's about to go down. Then it changed. So, yeah, man, it's no different, dog. These
No
guys are
different.
humans, bro. These guys are human just like us, bro. They operate just like us. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Sorry, man. This is literally real-time business text right here. Give me a second. Sorry, this is real. This is really, we're literally talking about this, and I'm getting a real text from someone about something.
That's crazy.
Okay. So I'm literally saying, yo, I'm recording 𝐒𝐿𝐾𝐿 right now. I will get back to you when we're done to talk about basketball stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Like
Perfect.
that's how it goes down, right? And yeah, so these people operate just like that. You know what's funny, that the Lakers Mavericks trade for Luka.
Yeah.
Is a interesting case study on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because that was two GMs that kept it super quiet and kept everybody out the loop. Didn't call the agents, didn't call the players, no entourage, nobody. They just sat here, casually had coffee at some fucking cafe somewhere, and they're casually just sitting here like, yo, man, how's your croissant? You like your croissant? What did you get? Bacon, egg, and cheese? Yeah. You still want Luka? Yeah. AD? Yeah. Shh. Keep it quiet. Luka? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Hey, I need 2 more sugars. I mean, these dudes did that. They did that. They did that like 2 fantasy football GMs.
Seems legit.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened.
Then they got the first pick in the summer.
Right. And then, you got rid of one guy, and then magically you get another really great guy. And we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah. Crazy
frozen
stuff.
Envelope. Yeah. I mean, I lived through the Patrick Ewing frozen envelope thing. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about with Patrick Ewing, frozen
envelope? I do not know about the frozen envelope.
So 1985 NBA draft lottery. Back then, the commissioner would go into a bag and there was envelopes with all
one was like frozen cold?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And no. I mean, again, I don't know if no one knows if it's really true, but what I'm from New York, and Pat played for the Knicks, and I just happen to know a lot of people growing up around that situation, and the Knicks needed to be a good team in New York, and the league was starving for the best player in the league to be in one of their biggest markets, and he was in Georgetown, he was East Coast, like all that stuff. And and I mean, I remember it getting leaked out like, hey, man, one of the envelopes was frozen. So he was able to go in the bag and touch which ones weren't cold and just pull them out and save the cold one for the last one.
That's a smart method.
New York Knicks, right? And so then they was like, okay, we got to chill with that. People caught on to the frozen envelopes.
That's a smart move. That's a smart method.
Yeah, I mean.
They patched that one, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried that. I've tried the frozen envelope on, like, Christmas gifts and shit, and like, genius, bro. It's genius. Like, yo, Flash, go in there and pick what you want. I tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I did something similar. We had a tournament. We had I'm sorry. We just talk about random stuff. This is cool though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the crazy cheat mode, man. So, with that in mind, we have a spades tournament up in upstate New York with one of my homies, my family, right? It's a big deal, right? We got this spades tournament. It's like 20 teams, and everybody's two players per team, blah blah blah. Three players per team, and you have to go randomly into a hat and draw who your teammates were and shit like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna admit it, man. The guy that threw the party wanted me on his team because I could play spades. I'm from New York, I'm a good spades player, and he was like, "Yo, how do we get this to work? Like, this is a random drawing. Like, how to get it to work?" He was like, "Wink, wink, brother. Like, just freeze my name. Just the one that's cold. Look, reach for the one that's cold, and just pull it out, and just go. Oh shit, it's Flex. you know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, man.
Don't hate the player, and you know what? That's cheating.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
There you go. But guess what?
Yeah.
The positive message here is cheaters never win.
Yes.
Because we didn't win.
No.
We didn't win that tournament. We came in like third. We didn't win the tournament. We didn't walk home with the bread. So yeah, don't cheat. But
Yeah,
yeah,
especially in
closing
marriages, guys. Don't cheat in marriages. I think this is the perfect time to tell the story about the divorce. The dude was
Oh
watching Uncle
yeah,
No.
yeah. There you go.